That's a lot to absorb already. It's time to get out of your seat and sway with Grammy nominated musician, activist, and humanitarian Rocky. Before we get to Rocky Dawuni, I would like to also say that the GLF Digital Conference is actually presenting a whole menu of solutions to the food crisis we are having. And I think it is time for you to dish out from the vegetarian to the one planted in the air, to the one in the water, to the land, wherever you can think of. Let's get back to Dawuni. So Dawuni, Rocky will perform Champion Arise, his latest single in which he encourages us all to find the champions within us. Rocky he's a deeply passionate musician. He has been a great friend to the Global Landscapes Forum for many years. Last year, he performed at the United Nations headquarters in New York City at the GLF, New York, and again in Ghana at GLF. I remember meeting him at GLF Accra, and he passed on a comment. He was like, "Hey, young man, don't stop what you're doing. You know, once you gotta do it now. Don't worry about the money. Just do it. Somebody's gonna see you and tell you, I can support you in this. So do it." Yes, Rocky is just the man to say, do it. Start wherever you are. Don't wait for anything. Just do it. He straddles the boundaries between Africa, the Caribbean, and the US to create his unique and appealing Afro-root sounds, which unites generations and cultures. He believes in the power of the art and music to help save the world. To quote him from a Landscape News article, I would say he said, "Music, art, and voices of artists are very critical to add to the conversations on sustainable development and also to provide the needed momentum and connection to the ideas being created and communicate that to the general public. The voices of artists are very important, and the potential for music to really push the agenda is so immense." He goes on to say, if you look at all the major changes that have happened in history, a lot of times, even during the civil rights movements, you have songs that became the driving force of a lot of the people who were marching. When you look at events like Live Aid that brought people together for the famine in Ethiopia, and even during the Vietnam War in America, musicians like Bob Dylan were the voices that provided the soundtrack that mobilized people to apply pressure to solve these issues. What would be a song in the midst of the crisis we face today? What would be your song? Wherever you are watching this from, seated, lying down, hanging in the sky, driving in the car, wherever you are, let's take it away with Rocky Dawuni. Rocky, rock our world.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rocky Dawuni. It is an honor to address all of you right here from Ghana. We live in a very turbulent time right now. And as a musician and also as an African, being here in the midst of all this pandemic, one thing that I really observed was that, this hit those who were already vulnerable in a very, very, very big way. In my part of the world, in Africa, about 80% of our economy is shored up by the informal sector. And by the informal sector, I mean, market women who probably are operating on about $150 as their operating capital. Young youths who are, working just day to make a living, and with all the lockdown and all the shutdowns of their means of making a living, most of them were heavily hit. And these are people who have been shoring up the food system. These are the same people too who have been working to make sure that food reaches all of us, and now most of them have been hit so hard. And so right now, as we all sit to try and figure out ways to push, justice when it comes to land rights, responsibilities in terms of the environment, responsibilities in terms of agriculture, introducing sustainable practices around the world, we have to think about this people who are the foundation of the food system, and know that any kind of intervention, we have to make sure that they are shored up in order for them to stand up again, because the future of our food system and also of Africa in agriculture and everything really focuses on them. So I'm going to play this song. It's a song about all of us. It's called Champion Arise. It's a new video that I just launched, and it is about all of us harnessing our individual power and the collective power to push forward and become catalysts for positive change around the world. Another spiritual war begin. They'll say it could not be done until they see it done. They'll say it could not be you until you know it's you, my friends. My friend. When the humble pop your bubble, they don't ever see it come. They tumble to the magic of the word and the sound forever. That's my belief. Now they come around and asking who that. Tell them it's the children of Judah, breaker of the chain and the ruler. So everybody sing it, everybody say it. Let me hear you sing it, yeah. A champion arise, we shall win. Oh, champion arise, we shall win. Oh, stronger and alive, we shall win. Let another spiritual war begin. Don't you believe everything that you've been told? You can be bought for shekels, neither with silver and gold. Cross the land, I know that my story will be told. Coming from the young and coming from the old. Tell it to the hills and the mountains to the west. We conquered every fear and passed every test. Converging from the cities, converging from all across the land. Who that? Tell them it's the child of Judah. I and I are Rastafurula. Everybody sing it, let me hear you say it. All I wanna hear, yeah. A champion arise, we shall win. Oh, a champion arise, we shall win. Let me hear you say it, yeah. We're stronger and alive, we shall win. Let another environment war begin. Thank you.